615234325.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. You call the show toll free.
You are listening.
1-888 go Kane. Once.
Here we go.
1-888 go.
All right. Yes. We are here live. Sorry, a little late there. It is Monday, the 27th of January, 2020. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. I apologize for coming on the air a few minutes late. I had to do a reset of our studio equipment and computer system, and it happened right at 6 o'clock. So it took 10 minutes to get everything reset and going. Welcome to the program. Again, it is Monday, the 27th of January, 2020. I almost said 2020. And of course, lots going on. I'll tell you this Kobe Bryant crash. I have never watched a basketball game in my life. I'm talking about high school, pro, college. I have never watched a basketball game. I know who Kobe Bryant is, of course, because he's one of the most famous men in America, has been for a long time. But it's, the thing about this helicopter crash that's coming out, I mean, based on what we know now, they're saying that the local first responders would not even fly their helicopters yesterday because the weather conditions were too poor, I guess too much fog. And Kobe Bryant's helicopter was flying in weather that did not meet the minimum conditions for first responders in the area, which is bad news. Bad news. But I'll tell you this about Kobe Bryant and this crash yesterday. I have never flown in a helicopter, but I've flown in small aircraft, single and twin engine. I will never do it again. Small aircraft of any kind, helicopters or small planes, are terrifying. Again, I've never been in a helicopter, been in small aircraft, and I don't like it. When I flew in a small plane, it was this twin-engine plane in Peru over the Nazca lines. I did not realize that these small planes dealt with so much so far as turbulence goes. I had no idea. And I flew in this small plane over the deserts of Peru, the Nazca lines, with my buddy Joe. And I am not exaggerating. I filled up every barf bag on the aircraft. Mine, my friends. There were these Italian tourists in front of me. They gave me their bags. I filled them all up, and I was flying over the Nazca lines with bags of vomit. And there's, small aircraft go up and down and side to side. You feel the wind. You hear the wind. And it's not for me at all, small aircraft. It just is not for me. Another thing about private aircraft, you hear about a lot of crashes involving private aircraft and small planes. A lot of times small aircraft are flown under conditions that really more mainstream commercial aircraft would not fly in oftentimes. And the thing that worries me when I've flown in small aircraft, and if anybody out there has any small aircraft experience before in your past where you've flown and it's a terrifying experience, and I've only done this twice and I'll never do it again. It's worse than a roller coaster to me, flying small aircraft. Small aircraft, in my mind, sometimes, now we don't know about Kobe Bryant's pilot or anything. I don't know. I'm not talking about Kobe Bryant's helicopter. But in the times that I've flown in small aircraft, I just felt that the pilots were not up to the same standard as the commercial airline pilots. I was flying in this one aircraft that I filled the barf bags up in. That was a small plane. I was scared right away as soon as I got in the plane. It was a plane for 4 passengers and a pilot, and I was in the second row of passengers, and there was these 2 Italian tourists in front of me and my friend. And I saw on the right next to the gauges for the pilot, it said "tips welcome," and it said it in English, Spanish, and a couple other languages. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm flying with a guy that flies for tips. I don't like this at all. But once you're up there in a small aircraft, it is not the same as flying in big jet planes that go fast and go boom right through these things. It really is terrifying. So small aircraft are not for me. And I often wonder when you look at something like this terrible crash yesterday, and I got to tell you, never watched a basketball game, professional, high school. No, I have never watched a basketball game in my life. So I have no connection to Kobe Bryant through basketball. But I'll tell you, I have a connection to him as a father. And when I first heard what happened yesterday, I was in shock too because hey, it's Kobe Bryant, very famous, and I was in shock just like everyone else when I heard Kobe Bryant had died. And then a little while later, when I had heard that his young daughter had died too in the crash, I mean, my heart went out. So anyone who's a parent, you don't have to watch basketball or follow basketball or be a fan of the Lakers or Kobe Bryant or anyone to relate to that. And that is just god awful and terrible. And my prayers go out to his family, his wife. I mean, it's just god awful. I mean, what can you say? But I am very much opposed to small private aircraft. They don't seem safe to me. I see crashes all the time in the news, and I just think people are not as responsible that fly in private aircraft. They take risks that government aircraft or commercial aircraft would not take. Everybody knows all this, I think, and that's why you see these terrible things. Yeah, the fog. I mean, I saw the fog at the crash site, and I was wondering, was the fog this bad during the flight? I mean, I wouldn't drive my car in that fog. Would you have driven your car in that fog? And sometimes I wonder, when it comes to celebrities or wealthy people with aircraft, do pilots take risks that they don't normally even consider taking because they don't want to disappoint the celebrity or don't want to disappoint the wealthy employer? I don't know. We'll find out more as time goes on. Now, what I wonder is, because today is day 2 of the Trump legal team making their case, and they did a masterful job on Saturday, and I'm wondering, will the mainstream media use Kobe Bryant's god-awful death to not carry Trump's defense today? They don't want to carry it anyway. We saw Stephanopoulos trying to cut off Jay Sekulow during that interview last week. And Saturday, Trump's team, they were like ninja warriors up there. I mean, they were like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. They were superheroes compared to these lightweight amateurs. And it was a very powerful presentation that was made on Saturday. And it's only going to be equally as great as Saturday's, if not better, today. So will the mainstream media use the Kobe Bryant crash as an excuse not to carry Trump's defense today? We'll find out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the time change, when it starts here on the East Coast, it's still morning hours out west. They very well may. I would not be surprised by that, because the mainstream media do not want to carry. I think the mainstream media, Democrats too, but the mainstream media, I think they were in shock on Saturday when Trump's lawyers went up there. I really do. And I got to tell you, I'm glad I'm not alone in this, because I was listening to Jesse Waters on his show Saturday night, and it was, I learned a lot of stuff. There were a lot of things. I thought I knew pretty much everything that had gone on with this whole Ukrainian incident. And when I was listening to Trump's attorneys, I learned a few things, and I think I'm pretty up to speed and well informed. And if I was learning stuff, the mainstream media and the Democrats were as well. Oh, the trial's off today and comes back on Tuesday? Well, that may be even worse, because the memorial services for Kobe Bryant will be beginning early on this week. There's going to be major memorial services. I thought the trial was starting today. It's not starting till Tuesday. I don't know. Listen, we'll take our first break. We'll be back on schedule. I got some sound bites, a lot of things to talk about on the program today. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve KANE Show. I'd really like to hear, any of you flown on small aircraft, single engine, twin engine, or helicopters? I find it to be terrifying. I will never do it again. And it's just not for me. It is terrifying. Do you think that private pilots take a lot of risks that if they were working for a big company, a commercial aircraft, they wouldn't? Or if they weren't working for a celebrity or a wealthy individual, that they wouldn't? Do you think they take a lot of... Yeah, it's today at 1. Yeah, the trial's today at 1, the impeachment trial. 10 a.m. on the West Coast. All right, my name is Brian. You are listening to the Steve KANE Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Experiencing a loss of your sexual desire, as well as your ability to have
Steve KANE Show.
Period. This is Dr. Mitchell Matez of the Boca Raton Center for Age Management. I am pleased to tell you about the latest breakthrough in sexual advancement for women. It's called the O-Shot, and it will change your life. Increase sexual desire.
I can't have conversations off the air. You got to go on the air.
All can be yours. With
I see
simple,
trolls are out early
safe,
today.
And painless procedure done in our office in a matter of minutes. As an added benefit, the procedure is also effective in controlling urinary incontinence. If you are interested in better and more pleasurable sex, call my office today at 953-5490. That's area code 561-953-5490, and ask about the O-Shot.
This is Brian Craig. I've been telling you about the great deals and incredible customer service at Friendly Tire on both new tires and used tires. One of our listeners, Antonio, went to Friendly Tire and called to share with us his experience of buying used tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, yes, Brian. I want to give you a quick testimony about the tire place up in Margate, Friendly Tire. Friendly Tire is everything you said it would be, man. I went up there and got me some used tires, and when I went up there, man, he was very courteous. My whole family's going for that one, man. Everything you said it was going to be, man. I appreciate you for that, man. And Mike's a great guy, man.
Well, what's your name?
Antonio.
All right, Antonio. Hey, I'm glad we could save you and your family lots of money on tires at Friendly Tire.
Oh, no doubt, man. Thank you so much, man.
Do what Antonio did. Stop into Friendly Tire and find incredible deals on both new and used tires. Give Friendly Mike a call right now. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate.
Listen to the Steve KANE Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for...
Oh, man, and I tell you, they are really after Trump today. My name is Brian Craig, but this latest thing that they're doing to our great president, Donald Trump, you know, they got porn actresses, they break into his lawyer's office, they've got this phony Mueller investigation, they tap his home, tap his campaign headquarters. And now they got this impeachment trial going on, and something happened over the weekend, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment. But first, I got to tell you, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Have you done your Valentine's Day shopping? Listen, you don't even have to leave your home to do your Valentine's Day shopping. That's right, because there is no better gift for Valentine's Day than the gift of a My Pillow. There are so many great deals for listeners of the Steve KANE Show when it comes to My Pillow. The best gift of all, I think, a great one, is the 2-for-1 offer. When you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at mypillow.com, you get 2 My Pillows for the price of 1. That's a great deal. That's a great deal. There's a lot of other great deals, too, at mypillow.com. But for Valentine's Day, they will love you with a My Pillow. I'm telling you. You get 2 of them for the price of 1 at checkout when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. All right, great Valentine's Day gift. That's right. The My Pillow mattress, which is spectacular. Steve bought one for his daughter. She was having a lot of issues with her other mattress. Got her a brand new mattress. You know, you save up to $400 when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout on the My Pillow mattress. The My Pillow body pillow, this is incredible. It's a full-length body pillow, full length, the length of the body. That's why it's called the My Pillow body pillow. Normally $89.99. When you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, just $29.99. It's an incredible deal. The My Pillow Giza cotton sheets. I have the Giza cotton sheets. They're spectacular as well. Also a BOGO offer. Buy one, get one free. When you use the promo code KANE at mypillow.com at checkout, K-A-N-E, when you buy one pair of My Pillow Giza Dream Sheets, you get a second sheet for free. It's a great deal. You can also order by phone, and when you order by phone, use the promo code KANE. Spell it out for the person on the phone, K-A-N-E, so you too can take advantage of all these great deals. 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879 or mypillow.com. Good morning. You are on the radio.
Yeah, good morning, Brian.
Hey, Richie.
Kobe Bryant, that was a 1991 helicopter that he owned himself. Added up, it's almost 20 years old.
Yeah.
Flying in the fog because he's going to his daughter's basketball tournament that he started. It's a terrible thing that happens, but listen, it's not just the first time. Like you said, these small aircraft go down. There was a crash, I believe, in Palm Beach on Saturday.
Yeah, and oftentimes I see these crashes a lot here in South Florida, and whole families are wiped out all the time because they're wealthy people with small aircraft. They fly the whole family here, the whole family there. They go down, 5 people dead, and the whole family's gone. It's sad. Have you ever flown in a small aircraft, Richie?
A helicopter when I was in the service.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No.
I'll tell you the truth. My cousin, you met my cousin.
Yeah.
He's a pilot for Delta. He's a captain. And my cousin will tell you right up front. He's giving me advice. He says, if you knew the close calls that happen with major airlines,
Yeah.
you stay away from discount airlines.
Correct.
Maintenance and everything else.
Maintenance and the quality of the pilot. Maintenance and the quality of pilot. Yeah. Where did you? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, your pilots for these small aircraft, you got medical issues. Some of these guys are, I don't know, some of them are old, some of them just have, and there's only one pilot. Now remember this, when you're flying a commercial jet or something like that, there's usually 2. So if something happens, if there's a medical emergency with the pilot, usually you're okay because you got a co-pilot.
Yeah.
What happens if you're up there and there's one guy with a Cessna and something happens with him, he has a medical condition, you're gone.
That's right. And, I one witness, a pastor at a church where Kobe Bryant's helicopter went down, was talking about strange noises that they were hearing before the helicopter hit, and it was going over, so there was some kind of mechanical problem. So, an aircraft like that, if it was commercially owned, may not have been, or government owned, probably would not have been flying. Not, especially in those conditions.
Checks are a lot, and parts wear out, everything. Listen, I just don't like flying at all. I tell you the truth, I try to avoid it.
No, I don't either. When I fly, and I haven't flown in a long time, I'm terrified of flying, especially since September 11th. I haven't flown in a while. When I fly, I get to the airport about 2 hours early. I go to the bar at the terminal, and I have 3 or 4 screwdrivers, and I always order expensive liquor when I buy my screwdrivers because I figure, hey, and I rarely fly sober, and I know that's because I'm so terrified of it.
When I was up in New York going to that wedding in October, okay, we took off to come back, and there was a wind alert. We were delayed 35 minutes because planes weren't taking off because of the heavy winds. When we took off, the first 5 minutes of that flight, the plane was all over the place. I was scared to death. I mean, it was like shaking. And I can imagine those small aircraft like that.
Yeah, I've flown in those single twin engines, and then a few times I've flown maybe about 10 times on these small commuter jets that the airlines have when you're doing a short flight, and those are also god awful because they don't fly as fast or as high, and it's not the same. It's god awful what happened to Kobe Bryant and when I heard his daughter was on the helicopter and this other family that's dealing, the father and child with the other, oh my gosh, it's god awful. But I think that wealthy people and celebrities fly in conditions that government and commercial wouldn't. So do you think the mainstream media are going to there's going to be a week-long Kobe Bryant memorial going on this week, and there'll be a funeral at some point. Do you think they'll use this as an excuse not to carry Trump's defense?
Because I believe this is what I wanted to talk to you about. I am so upset. A lifeline was thrown out there to the Democrats last night.
What was it? I missed it. Tell me I might have missed it.
Bolton,
Oh, yeah, I know. I was going to get into that in a little bit. Yeah, the Bolton book, yeah.
and that's all they needed.
It's all made up, fake news, fake news. I'm going to get to the John Bolton thing. The Bolton book is all fake. No, it's not. After the break, I'll get into it, Richie. I was going to get into that now, but you called about the Kobe thing. But what's going on with this John Bolton book is all fake news. All completely fake news.
Bolton, according to Bolton, I mean, this is what they say. I listened to the guy on Fox last night.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Steve Hilton.
They're all upset about this a little bit because it gives the Democrats exactly what they want. We need to hear from Bolton. I mean, this guy, it couldn't have been a worse time for this to happen.
Oh, hold on. It's not. This didn't just happen over the weekend. This was calculated to happen after Schiff and Nadler made their arguments and Trump's team started. This story was timed. This was planned out probably weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, I bet you're right. There's and for all those...
Now, let's see if you know this. This very well may have been on Steve Hilton's show last night. I don't know. I was in bed sleeping. By the way, I had Steve Hilton on my podcast. Good guy. And pretty good interview I had, I think, with Steve Hilton, too. Anyway, Bolton's book had to be approved by the National Security Council. Do you know who's in charge of approving books and editing them at the National Security Council?
Yeah, I mean...
Do you know who? You sitting down? Now, okay. You know Lieutenant Colonel Vindman? His brother. I mean, these people. Don't they, I exactly. Can you believe that?
This is such a setup, the whole damn thing. And for Schiff, I mean, I watched this guy. I mean, he is there's no credibility whatsoever. And for the Afro-American gentleman that called up, that's talked to you in the mornings, I hope he calls this morning too. Let me say this to you, because I hope you're listening out there. A phone call to a foreign leader.
No, I'm serious.
Okay, shouldn't be cause to impeach a president of the United States, because this happens with every president.
Yeah.
Trump has done wrong is he ran for president, and you hate his guts.
That's right. You know, the thing with Schiff and Nadler, Schiff to me has a look on his face that I've only seen on the face of like serial killers, people that are completely insane and have no empathy for others. I mean, he looks insane. And I was
screenwriter. He should write a book. He should literally be in Hollywood making movies.
Well, he is in Hollywood. His district is Beverly Hills, California. You know, I was watching this. I was talking about this on my podcast the other night on Friday. There was this press conference with Schiff and Nadler and their team of creeps, right, of the House managers. And Schiff was talking, and Nadler was next to him. Nadler is a little guy. You know what he looked like? Nadler looked like Spanky from the Little Rascals when he was standing next to him. Yeah, like the Penguin and Batman.
Behind, beat up every day when he went to elementary school, because he is the kind of guy that he looks angry, he's mean, and he probably never had friends.
There's nothing worse than a guy who grows up being picked on their whole life, getting a little bit of power and authority. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Richie, appreciate the call. Lots going on, lots to talk about. Yeah. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Any of you out there have experience flying on small aircraft, helicopters, single engine, twin engines? Any information you have or opinions on this Kobe Bryant crash certainly are welcome. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Florida's longest running radio show. We'll be right back.
who suffer from excruciating back pain or sciatica, pay careful attention to what I'm about to tell you. According to a study in the medical journal Spine, back surgeries to alleviate back pain frequently backfire, leaving the patient in more pain than before they had the surgery. A second study from the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine provides clear evidence that 74% of surgeries for back pain fail. But there is an end to your suffering. There's a solution to your problem waiting for you with Dr. Troy Lemaski. Dr. Troy Lemaski is my personal chiropractor, and if the name sounds familiar, it should. He's the brother of Dr. Janae Lemaski. Dr. Troy specializes in the elimination of back pain, sciatica, joint pain. He does it quickly, easily, and without surgery or pain medication. While he can help you with your back and neck pain, Dr. Troy also provides treatment for the hips,
Oh,
the
that's terrible,
shoulders, the
John.
knees. If you've been in a car accident, any type of injury, or slip and fall, the pain won't go away, well, you want to get back to your old self, you want to call Dr. Troy. His number 954-463-3036.
Oh, I'll never fly small planes again.
463-3036. Online at drtroylemaski.com. Tell him that Steve Kane sent you.
Are you looking to sell your house or buy your dream home? Then call LaBella Real Estate. LaBella Real Estate love President Trump, and like Donald Trump, LaBella Real Estate want to get you the highest dollar amount when selling your home. And when looking for a new home, LaBella Real Estate will find you the best deal. LaBella Real Estate have over 20 years of experience in real estate and mortgages, and they are very knowledgeable about the South Florida real estate market. If it's a condo, single-family home, a
He looks
home,
like
LaBella Real Estate can help. Buying or
insane.
selling,
He just
call
looks
LaBella
insane to
Real
me.
Estate at 561-445-7023. 561-445-7023. And online, LaBellaRealEstateLLC.com. This is your special invitation to attend Attorney Barry Siegel's free Living Trust seminar. Be sure you and your family are properly protected, even if you already have a trust. Learn how to avoid losing an inheritance to predators, like divorcing spouses, lawsuits, creditors, government agencies, and the IRS. This free Living Trust seminar is Tuesday, January 28th from 2 to 3 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in Boca. To attend this free event, call 1-855-FLA-ESTATE, 855-352-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, we're there. We are. All right, we're there. I got everything going on. There's always crisis on Mondays before showtime. Oh, my goodness. My name's Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. That's right. On the radio since 1977. Yeah, so this Bolton bombshell that they're just obsessing over, typical. It just so happens there's some big bombshell. If you don't know what it is, I'll share. And if anyone out there would like to share your thoughts on Schiff and what he looks like to you when he talks, I just find him to be a man who just has no conscience. He has no integrity, no conscience, and it's very strange person. This is from Fox News. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton's team was under fire from the White House and conservative commentators Sunday night. A report in the New York Times revealed a bombshell excerpt from Bolton's forthcoming book that could prove pivotal in President Trump's impeachment trial, just as the Amazon product page for the book went live. Okay, now there's some misleading things going on here. First, I don't trust the New York Times. Do you guys trust the New York Times? Number two, while you can buy John Bolton's book right now on Amazon, it's pre-order. It is when you buy it right now, you're pre-ordering it. You can't download and read it. So this book is not available. New York Times is claiming to have gotten a little bit of the book, but they're acting as if the book is available to be read. It's not. So the only evidence that we have that what the New York Times is reporting is true is the good word of the New York Times, the Trump-hating newspaper. The drama began earlier Sunday when the New York Times exclusively reported that John Bolton's manuscript included a claim that Trump explicitly linked a hold on Ukraine aid to an investigation of Joe and Hunter Biden. President Trump told Bolton in August, according to a transcript of Bolton's book reviewed by the Times, quote, that he wanted to continue freezing $391 million in security assistance to Ukraine until officials there helped with investigations into Democrats, including the Bidens. The New York Times further claimed John Bolton had shared a manuscript of his book with close associates, prompting Bolton's team to deny the claim and assert that the National Security Council's review process of pending manuscripts is corrupted and prone to leaks. Remember, I told you, Colonel Vindman's brother is the one that's in charge of reviewing books at the National Security Council. A pre-publication review at the National Security Council, which functions as the White House National Security Forum, is standard for any former government officials who held security clearances and publicly write or speak publicly about their official work. The review typically would focus on ferreting out any classified or sensitive material in advance of publication and could take from days to months to complete. President Trump fired back on Twitter Sunday to refute Bolton's claims. The president tweeted this, I never, and never, he has in all capital letters, which signifies he is yelling this. I never told John Bolton that the aid to Ukraine was tied to investigations into Democrats, including the Bidens. In fact, he never complained about this at the time of the very public termination. If John Bolton said this, it was only to sell a book. With that being said, the transcripts of my calls with President Zelensky are all the proof that is needed. In addition to the fact that President Zelensky and the foreign minister of Ukraine said there was no pressure, no problems. That's the president. Other conservatives suggested Sunday evening that John Bolton's team may have leaked the information themselves while using the media as unwitting tools to juice their book sales. Online merchants began taking orders for Bolton's book titled The Room Where It Happened, just as the New York Times story broke, with a March release date. So no one's seen the book except the damn New York Times, and it is possible that the PR team around John Bolton leaked this, and John Bolton is in a situation right here. The book doesn't come out in March. This has all been timed. This is all a selective fake news story, and they're going to correct this. They'll correct it as far out as they possibly can. They're going to correct it because eventually the book is going to be released and it's not going to be in there, and they'll say, well, it was in a earlier draft of the book. They're already floating that. And John Bolton is in a spot right now with a choice to make. Come out and correct this and say that it is not true, that this is not in his book, which kills the entire PR machine around his book. Does he do that? Or does he stay silent because he wants to boost his book sales? And I'll tell you, John Bolton will be under tremendous pressure, probably already is, by the PR team at the publishing house to let this float out there. This is a time for John Bolton to either show us that he is a man of integrity, or he doesn't care and he's pissed off at his former boss and he's letting something hang out there that is not true to boost pre-sale orders of his book. What will John Bolton do today? 1-888-GO-KANE-1 will come out and correct this today, or let it float out there to sell books on pre-order. 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us at. You are welcome to call. My name is Brian. I know this is brutal stuff going on here. It truly is. It's upsetting. It really is upsetting. And to have this happen after the Democrats have made their case and Trump's team is making their defense is obviously a way to squeeze things. John Bolton doesn't have to testify in President Trump's impeachment trial. He just needs to go on Fox News today, like he's done dozens of times before, and say it's not true. But if he does that, all of a sudden the book's not selling as much, right? let's take our break. It's 46 minutes after 6. It's Monday morning. We are